In this video, we'll be looking at constructing a project network from a schedule. In the previous video, example 1, we looked at how a schedule worked, and I would recommend watching that video if you haven't done so already. So, we are asked to complete the project network for a project consisting of activities A to H listed below. So, what we want to do is to find the start point. Now, with these, I recommend drawing a nice big circle, because a big enough circle to fit your earlier start time and later start time in it if they ask you to complete a back and forward scan to find the earliest completion time, so the minimum completion time, and the critical path. So we're going to write here start. We always start at the start, and this is going to be our start point. Now we want to find activities that have no immediate predecessor, or in this case I've been told to start without any other task required to occur before it. So if we look at activity A, it's saying activities A and B start together. Now you may note that it doesn't mention anything else about any other tasks starting as well, or having to wait for any other tasks. So both A and B are going to start together, and what we're reading in between the lines, these ones start immediately. So we've got two activities coming out of the start. Now what I recommend doing is drawing a nice big arc like that, and another nice big arc like that, and then draw an arrow, and then write A, and then write B on there. Now I haven't written the time on there yet. The reason for this is that sometimes we're asked to, or we have to swap some of the arcs around or edges around, and it gets a little tedious rewriting it. We just go through and do the times at the end once we've constructed the project network without any overlaps. So I like to tick off things as I go to make sure that I haven't missed anything. It's quite easy to miss things in these tasks. So we've done A and B. Now, activities C and D can both commence when A is complete. So when A is complete, which we draw by a circle, we can start C and D. So another fork will come out of A. There's no other task saying that when A is complete, therefore there's only two tasks coming out. So we draw a big circle, and then we draw another fork coming out. And then that, and then we label it C and D. I tick off C and D, and that bit's now complete. Do you notice how I'm not drawing any circles? We leave it open, and we have to find the node that it will go into later. Activity E and F can both commence provided both B and D have finished. So in this case, I'm going to draw, I might make that a little bit bigger, a big circle here, and we have to wait for both B and D to finish. So what that means is this and this are both going into this node, and when both D and B are finished, then out can come E and F. So E and F means two arcs coming out like that, and we can tick these off. We'll do the time later. Now activity G says that activity G can commence provided both C and F are complete. So C is all the way over here, and so is F. Now this circle I'd recommend drawing to the right of your last arrow. So see how this arrow is here? If I draw my circle here, then it's easy for this arrow to tie into that circle and this arc to tie in. If I draw my circle over here, then F has to go backwards, and it looks very unusual. So make sure to draw the circle to the right of your rightmost arc. So in this case, I could draw it maybe here. Now, out of C and F come G. Now, we might be running into a problem here. Do you see how this arc here is going to cross this line? It has no way of going to the finish line. Now, because this is the case, we can do a little trick here. and this is why I don't write the numbers on there first, is by swapping E and F. It doesn't change anything, it just makes it so there's no intersects. So I'm going to simply change the letters, and you can just do the same, right? You draw this as an E here. It's actually relatively easy to change. And this one as an F. Now, by swapping, what we're able to do is make the diagram neater. There we go. So now C and F both going into that node, and out can come node G, and we can tick that off. And activity H can commence when both E and G are both complete. So therefore E and G have to tie in. So I'm going to draw a circle here, and then out comes H. So now activity H has commenced provided E and G are both complete. So we've got our network, but you may note we have a start and no finish. So whatever arcs you have left over, you just connect up to the finish line. In this case, there's only one arc, and that arc is H. But if you had G's poking out as well, you connect that up to the finish as well. So we've got a project network. We've drawn all the directional arrows. We've drawn all the tasks. Now we just need to add the times. So A in this case is 7. B is 9. You can tick off if you so wish. C is 8. D is 3. E is 7. F is 4. G is 5. H is 3. And now we're fully complete. We've constructed a project network for a project consisting of activities A to H below, with making sure you include the task times, the activities. You don't have to put a comma, you can just put a space, and you have the arrows, and you also have listed the start and the finish node. Now they may ask you to do a forward scan or a back scan, in which we'll do in the next video, and I'll show you why it's so important to have nice big circles here.